I go for refuge and turn enlightened to the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha, by my accumulations of practice of giving and so forth. May I become a Buddha to enforce sentient beings. I go for refuge and turn enlightened to the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha, by my accumulations of practice of giving and so forth. May I become a Buddha to enforce sentient beings. I go for refuge and turn enlightened to the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha, by my accumulations of practice of giving and so forth. May I become a Buddha to enforce sentient beings. Sanye Jodo Zoge Jonam La Chanjo Badu Tane Yapso Dage Jinso Kebe Sonamge Dola Benje Sanye Dubura Sho Sanye Jodo Zoge Chanjo Badu Tane Yapso Dage Jinso Kebe Sonamge Dola Benje Sanye Dubura Sho Sanye Joda Zoge Jonan Lai Chanju Badu Chinzo Gebe Zonan Ge Bola Benjir Sanye Dubara Shon Om Ye Dharma He Tu Prabhava He Tum Te Sham Yavatat Kesham Chayo Nirodha Evam Vati Mahashramanaye Swaha Om Ye Dhamma Hetu Prabhavam Hetum Desham Dathagato Yavatat Desham Chayo Nirodham Evam Vati Mahashramana Om Ye Dharma Hetu Prabhavam Hetum Desham Dathagato Yavatat Desham Jayo Nirodha Vati Mahashramanaye Swaha. All phenomena arise from causes. The causes are taught by the Tathagata. The cessation causes as well as taught by the Great Seer. There in the blaze, there's one section which is the compilation of sad meditation. Dependent origination and emptiness, a compilation of excerpts from Sutras 26. Can you see that? 2 and 3. Okay. This is the compilation of important passages, verses, based on His Holiness's teachings over the many years, perhaps like 20 years. The 20 years that His Holiness uses some verses with respect to emptiness, with respect to primarily with respect to emptiness and dependent origination, and then His Holiness also at times he advises people to memorize these verses, apply this on a daily basis, use them as the verses for your practice meditation on emptiness. So these I compiled together over the last 20 years, put them together. And then also during the course of my own studies in Buddhist philosophy, where I find some verses very important, also include them. So this is compilation of like that's the last like 20 years of effort, and some of them are related to the benefits of the wisdom and emptiness. Last time we talked about, if somebody were to tell you to practice emptiness, wisdom emptiness, what will you say? You say why, and then once you're convinced why, then your question is how. Once you're convinced how, then the next question, the measure. Okay, so there we see that the some of the passages are related to the why. Why do we practice? Because that at times we can feel so low. If you check with some of the some of the seniors who have been into Dharma for, and okay, so for example, like Phil, who like 40 years, 52 years in Dharma.
No, I'm practicing daily 20.
No, what I'm saying is come in contact with Dharma for?
Well, this life, I don't know, I been in Tibet in 1995.
Okay. Okay, so the more serious practice from 12 years. Okay, so like that, we see that there are some who are very senior, and then if you check with them, they will share the experiences with you. At times, it can be very demoralizing. For example, like say, if you don't meditate, the study is very important, and if you don't study this, then as years pass by, people get the impression that you are a great Dhamma practitioner because you're very senior, but deep inside you're the same person. Believer is the same person. Okay, how many you are the older than 15 years old? How many years older than 15 years old? Or how many years maybe this girl is missing? Sheila is missing. So, okay, Sheila is here. Okay, just raise your hands those who are older than 18 years old. Raise your hands those who are older than 18 years old, including Sheila, right? So we're all older than she, because I know her age 19. So we all say, just think of yourself, say that she's 19, think of the last 19 years. And anyone in 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, just think of that, say, taking aside, okay, just keeping aside there's say if you associate it, for example, Lacan, how many years in Dharma? 12. Yes. Andrew? 5, 6. And Simsala? 3, 4. Okay. And here the okay, Jennifer?
I'm very new to the teaching.
Your name? Name?
My name is Laurent.
Laurent, how many years?
I'm very new.
It is met how many years? 1 month, 2 months, 1 day, 2 days?
I don't know.
Okay. No, you should know. Is it old? Then we don't know how many years, too many years. Jennifer? 18 years. Okay. Many years. Oh, Anka. When did you meet?
2016 when I met his body.
16. How many years? 9 years. Okay, let's say that at times, particularly when what I'm saying is the two things. One is that, say, if you have never been into Dharma, so till that point, from when you started to have memory, when you have the memory of what these earlier days, since some of us may have memory from 5 years old, some from 6 years old, memories, more vivid memories of your life. So from there till that point, before you came in contact with Dharma, coming in contact with Dharma doesn't mean that you will be transformed instantly. So there, say, what change did it go? Is it like a plateau, or like this, or like this? The environment taught you how to be tough and how to be, say, somebody says, you don't know how to say, I'll teach you a lesson. You never learned it. You never knew this before. Somebody told you this, and then you learned it. Next time you tell somebody else, I'll teach you a lesson. You're getting it? So, so life with age, I say, if you draw the graph, if you're not into Dharma, it can, go. Oftentimes, we cannot generalize. People differ from individual to individual. Otherwise, generally speaking, the tendency is that, say, when you are aged like 5, 6, 7, so till that point, mostly you're influenced by your past life. How you behave, kind, not kind, this are all influenced by your past life. Some very, short-tempered, some very compassionate. And then by age 10, more from 12, 14, 15, then this life's influence kick in. And then you don't know how to behave in the community. So the people say, you step it, and then what do you try to mimic? You step it, right? You say, the person said, you're nice. You say, you're nice. You try to learn from others. So that is age 14, 15, 16. Then when you hit like 18, 19, and then we see that this is more like you're fully influenced by this life. Then from there till date, say, do you see what's the mental state like in terms of purity, in terms of compassion, or in terms of toughness? You become more tough, and so become a little hardened. Your mind becomes so go like this, or tender, soft, go up, or just a plateau. What is it like? What do you think? I'm talking about you, your own experience. What do you think? Mattia, what do you think?
Been going up and down, but
It's more steady.
Steady.
And and then those people who go down, I would say that it's not that you're bad. It's all because of the environment. Number one is the environment. Number two, that you don't know how to manage. And then also that primarily it's the environment. If you go down, you become more hardened, you become more, short-tempered, and I don't care. This attitude is because of the environment. So it's so important for us to have, say, the good companions in the family, good people, good role models. This is so important. In your life, we have to make sure, even though you are my age, like I'm 58, 57, 58, even though you are my age, still we need, say, the good role models. It's so important. People so when you go through difficulties, there should be people to share, who would listen to you and who's wiser, who's compassionate and wiser. You need these role models so that you will know how to tackle the difficult situations in a skillful way, in a compassionate way, not having to compromise your good qualities. So this is so important. This is one thing. Then so over the years, so what is the state like? And then the next is how to take care of yourself. To take care of yourself, your Buddha nature, the seed of awakening, the hidden treasure inside. We must put effort. And in the process of going in this journey, okay, now Tushita, oh, this is amazing. Universal compassion is amazing. As compassion increases, you become happier. And the learning about the wisdom of emptiness is amazing. If I get a glimpse of emptiness, and then instantly my mental disturbance will stop. I could feel peace. You're so excited. Yes, particularly I would say that these retreats, like 10-day intense retreat, this will give you some kind of feeling. It invokes some feeling. Wow, this is really something, And then, say, after the retreat, you tend to, okay, what the first thing that you do is that you ask people around how to follow this up. This is one thing that you do. And then in actual event, you go back, then you try to sustain yourself with this one practice. And it becomes 90% to 80% to 70% to 50%, then gradually disappear. You can get, but in your mind, still there is something. Oh, there's a very memorable day. And then once in a while, people send emails to each other, right? Then let's say the word that, I don't know who is more active. Matthew may be more active. How are you? How's the numbers going? And then the Sharon will say, it's going well. Right, Sharon? It's going well, good. But so since last recent days, the ups downs, and there's a little busy. So now, okay. So this will happen. This is very good. What I'm saying is that, and then when you then gradually say like the building the walls, it needs time to set. It needs time to set. For example, if you build a wall, how tall can you stack the bricks in one day? 10 feet or 15 feet? Any idea? Any from architectural background? Anyone? Yes.
I've done this construction. So
Yes.
more like for 7 feet, it takes.
Okay, not 15 feet.
No, it's not in 1 day.
In a day.
In a day,
7 feet.
7 feet.
Why not more?
Because they have to give water and
Why water?
like
Did you understand what your name? Sorry.
poverty.
Okay, did you hear what Pavan is saying? 7 feet maximum. Don't go beyond that. Because it needs the cement to set. Set, which putting water means to make the cement set. It'll set. So it requires time to set. Likewise, so if they say you may be so enthusiastic, so after this I'll continue, and then when you're on your own, gradually it'll go down, right? But deep inside, you know that it was very memorable. Comparing your time here because you know responsibilities. Only attending teachings, eating, chatting, and meditation. Very good. So the moment you go out in your own place, then you have the responsibilities, household responsibilities, your studies, your job, children, parents, all responsibilities there. So it's going to be very different. So because of this, in comparison, you can feel this as a very, very memorable days. But that is the time for your setting. And then you want to, at one point, you become more matured, you want to reconnect. When you reconnect, it's going to be very serious. You're going to be more serious. So there, you can then inspire many youngsters. I don't know how many you are inspired by Carl in Sherula. He inspired you? Or he's not talking to you? He's just observing? Only those people who go to him, you'll be inspired. You're getting it? You'll be inspired. But he didn't know that COVID happened. Don't forget it. When the whole world was shaken by COVID, he was traveling. And he didn't know that COVID existed. What a blessing. That's amazing. People are scared. Same to Anka. Wow, that's amazing. Okay, good. So what I'm saying is that then you will be inspiration to others. For example, many of the seniors who are here, who I know, so they're inspiration to many of you. For example, Ajahn Dawpamla, it would be good if you can interact with Ajahn Dawpamla there. Ajahn Dawpamla, raise hand. Yes, if you can interact with Ajahn Dawpamla, you can just talk to her. Then you will learn many things. Okay, there are many seniors, you learn from them. So what I'm saying is that when you start actual practicing, on top of the studies okay. Study, it's like you're getting from somebody. And you understand, not understand, it'll take a little time to get there. Studies okay. Then contemplation will be little tough, when you actually contemplate on these points to see if that becomes your knowledge. Contemplation is to make things your knowledge. For example, E equals mc square. I know this the last 40 years. But if you ask me how E equals mc square, I have no idea. That is not my knowledge. It is a borrowed knowledge. It's still a borrowed knowledge. But whereas those people who are studying physics, who are actually studying physics in the undergrad, the masters, who are very bright, by that time it should have already become their own knowledge, not a borrowed knowledge. If it remains a borrowed knowledge, it's not so good. So initially, no choice. It should be borrowed knowledge. Then contemplate more. It should become your knowledge. Okay. So the contemplation, it'll take a little time. Perhaps what I may say is that the contemplation may be the one where you can easily feel demoralized. Because, say, when we're together, it seems like something's coming. You could feel something, some difference is there. And when you actually sit and contemplate on the, say, the renunciation, the genuine renunciation is very difficult to rise. Then the bodhicitta, where your compassion flows, no, it is not flowing. For example, say when somebody says that you meditate compassion, bodhicitta, say it's my personal experience. That was many years ago. And may I be Buddha for the ascension beings. Particularly, there was one person, I'm not going to tell you. There was one person, and that the mere thought of that person just makes this young boy so angry. So, man, Buddha for the ascension beings. Suddenly, this person comes to my mind. I said, except for this person. This is not bodhicitta. This is not bodhicitta. So, what I'm saying is that, and then to really try to remove this barrier, it takes a lot of time. And it is so difficult. It doesn't really happen. And the wisdom of emptiness, it is like groping in the dark. You don't know, So what do you think? The emptiness that I learned from my teacher. Am I really getting it? Not getting, I'm getting something else, right? So, for example, I order I order something, let's say some very expensive and very cheap thing comes from Amazon, right? Because it happens. It did happen to you. You ordered something, and something which is not what you ordered came. But the same time, much less, much cheaper came. Did it happen to you, Prasanada? Yes, I got your name correctly. Good. So this is the power of not giving up. Okay. So what I'm saying is that it's not groping in the dark. Wisdom of emptiness, right? Wisdom of emptiness, like groping down. And they can, in the first place, it doesn't come. Sometimes, once in a while, something comes, and you're not sure whether it is empty or not. You're not sure. And even though whatever little comes, out of one, there also disappears. There also disappears. Okay, so also is so demoralizing, and it can go like months, years, and years like this. So under such situation, what is important is that there are many factors how to make things happen, right? Not to give up. Giving up is not the solution, because these are all the play of the self-grasping, ignorant, self-centered attitude. They're playing on you to stop you from getting the experience of emptiness, to stop you from feeling renunciation, to stop you from really feeling the expansion bodhicitta. Say the bodhicitta compassion. Saying, and you think that, oh yeah, no, I don't dislike anybody, I don't hate anybody. But the moment you say somebody talking badly about your country or your your ethnicity and so forth, then see how you react. Now you observe your mind, how you react. This is what is known as self-centered attitude. You're getting it? How you react. And then that you don't feel that your mind flowing towards that particular person, towards that particular ethnicity, and so forth. So to really remove that, dismantle this barrier, it takes a long time. You're getting it? But and then pray, Buddha, please, let me have my compassion flow. It will never flow. You have to let it flow through a very systematic step, through the correct step, complete step, and systematic step. Correct information, complete information, systematic information. Only with this your compassion can flow. Otherwise, it will never flow. Even with that, our satsang attitude is so strong from time immemorial till today that even with the correct information, complete information, systematic information, you practice, put into practice, still the experience is not coming. It'll take time. You're getting it? So giving up is not the solution, but you have to resort to the correct information, complete information, systematic information, and look for a role model. Even these role models, for example, the Buddha Shakyamuni, His Holiness the Dalai Lama, these amazing enlightened masters, once upon a time they were as worse as what we are today. They're worse than what we are today. But through their practice, through coming in contact with this proper, the correct information, complete information, and systematic information, and their consistent practice, never giving up, finally they got to the shore, other shore, where all the miseries stop and happiness expands to infinity. This is how they succeeded. This is the only way. There's no shortcut. Let's not forget it. And some people may say, what is this? What are you doing? Or this, study, this, study. What is this? Practice, come to a practice directly line, shortcut to enlightenment, cut through. So these are all propagandas. You getting it? And some people may say, look at just Milarepa. You getting it? How many you heard about just Milarepa? Raise hands. You must read the biography of just Milarepa. You must read the biography of just Milarepa. But Jason Milarepa. Jason Milarepa, his biography in full is available in English, and shorter version is also available. But go for the full one. Full one has the biography as well as his teachings. It will stand that the life and the spiritual songs, thousands, 100,000 songs of just Milarepa, something like this. This is the title. The bigger one is available in English. And but reading this should not give you a false inspiration. Do you know what is a false inspiration? Just Milarepa did not go through all these excellent studies that we studied. He didn't go through these things. But if he became enlightened with a single lifetime. Right? And many people, they will tell you, what's the point of you studying this? This is because just Milarepa. This is our tradition. You just practice and you become enlightened. But, say, how many you did your schooling, college, university, everything in India, recents? Very good. And how many you did your, let's say, the undergrad from say other places, America or wherever, and then the PhD in India, or you did your undergrad or these studies in India and did your PhD somewhere else in America or somewhere else? Raise hands. Anyone? Okay. So is there anybody? Yes. What did you do? Did your?
I was in Switzerland.
Switzerland. You did a PhD from Switzerland. Graduation from Switzerland and did school in India. Okay, so like this, there are many people, and then they say, when you did your graduation in Switzerland, people, they're envious of you because he did not do schooling. He did not schooling because, all the people in Switzerland, they did schooling in Switzerland. And somebody's come and jumped into graduation, right? Not. So what will he say? Hey, don't compare with this boy because this boy did his schooling from somewhere. You're getting it? Geshe Milarepa did his basic studies already in the past life. Don't compare with him. You're getting it? People, they're illusion. They're illusion. They are trapped in illusion. But they think just in one life. For what's your name? Rahul. Wow, it's amazing. He did not do schooling and then just got the graduation done in how many years? 4 years. 3 years. In 3 years, you start everything. We have to spend all these 12 years in school and in 3 years. It's not fair, We should become like Rahul. No, don't compare with Rahul. Rahul did all his schools somewhere else. You're getting it? So people, they are just different. They are totally in the sway of the illusion. That look, it's just Malarepa. If you really want to read this book, it's very inspiring. Meanwhile, we should know where he's coming from. Look at his biography. You can pick up the points which clearly indicate that he came from somewhere, not studied everything from this life. He came from where? How? I'll tell you. After having committed having committed crimes of killing people, killing animals, and so forth, killing out, I think, about 35 horses and some people through black magic, which he did. And then finally he regretted, and he went in search of the path to purification, to purify. This is what is Milarepa. He did not have any the proper studies like, what are you doing? Like emptiness, Bodhichitta, nothing. Then finally he met the first teacher. And the first teacher, he said that Jesus Milarepa introduced himself as this a very sinful person. And the teacher said, don't worry. My teaching, the teaching that I have, which I inherit from my teachers, is that anybody who practices in the daytime will become enlightened in the daytime. If you practice in the nighttime, you will become enlightened in the nighttime. And the fortunate ones, even without having to practice meditation, you can attain enlightenment without practicing, for the fortunate ones. So this is the power of my teaching, the teaching of my lineage. So Jesus Milarepa was given the teaching. And Jesus Milarepa felt so happy that, look, so this teacher described three persons. One, who would practice in the daytime, become enlightened in the daytime. Who practice in the nighttime, become enlightened. And those who are fortunate, even without meditation, without practicing, will become enlightened. If I'm not the fortunate one, who is the fortunate one? Because I engaged in such a crime of killing people, animals, and so forth, and yet meeting with such a precious teaching. Only fortunate people can get this. So he lied down, he slept. He didn't meditate, he slept. And the next morning, the teacher came. Hey, Tabaka. The first name is Tabaka. Hey, Tabaka, what is your spiritual realizations, spiritual experiences? So what he said that, sir, forget about spiritual realization. I just did not even have a sound sleep. Forget of no spiritual realizations. I did not even have a sound sleep. Then the teacher said that you are truly a sinful person. You defile my tradition. Defile my tradition by weakening the power of my tradition. Right? Get out, and you are not my student. So then he said that for you require another teacher. The teacher's name is Jesus Marpa. The moment he heard Jesus Marpa's name, Jesus Milarepa, he had no idea who Jesus Marpa is. On the surface level, this teacher is immediate teacher. But the moment this boy heard Jesus Marpa's name, he started to feel like crying. His throat choking, could not talk, just weeping, goosebumps coming to the body, feeling so connected. Then he went straight to Jesus Marpa. You're getting it? So these are the indications. He met with real living teacher, but not affected. The moment he heard of somebody, he's affected. Then he went there, and then the Jesus Marpa's son. He first happened to meet the Jesus Marpa's son, who's a little boy, and then they asked, "Hey, little boy, do you know about Jesus Marpa?" And then he said, yes, he's there. It's Jesus Marpa's son. He pointed to Jesus Marpa's place, and then he went there. And the middle-aged man with the cap and with the chuba, and they say plowing the land for farming. That man was there. And then Jesus Milarepa met saw the man and said, "Sir, do you know where Geshe Marpa is?" And I said, "Yes, I know him. What do you want?" Then he said, the boys, Geshe Mila said that I want to seek the advice. He want to seek teachings from him. I said, "Okay, that's good." And then this man with the cap and the farmer, he just scanned Geshe Milarepa from top to the from the head to the toe like this. He scanned. He scanned and said that, "Okay, young man, you do one thing. You do one thing. I'll go to inform Geshe Marpa that you are here, but can you do something for me?" And Geshe Marpa said, "Yes, I'll be very happy to do something for you. So you do one thing. You plow my land, and there's a wine here. You drink my wine, and then whatever little thing to eat, you eat it, and then drink the wine." So in those days, wine is quite common in Tibet, and drink the wine and plow my land. And then once you're done, you come. Then I will introduce you to the Lama. Then he did it so well. He did plow the land so well, and then drank the chang and ate whatever is there. Then he went there, and then he got into the house, and the same man who was waiting for him, who was lying there, he was sitting on the throne. That was Geshe Marpa. The man who he met in the field was Geshe Marpa. So Geshe Marpa was so impressed, was observing, just seeing karmic connections. Karmic connections. So to make it very short, Geshe Marpa, Geshe Marpa actually, so later on Geshe Marpa informed this to Geshe Milarepa. After all these, like what is the penances Geshe Mila had to go through under Geshe Marpa, the beating, scold, and all so forth, ostracized, what do you call it? Ostracizing, what is the noun form of that? Okay, never mind. Okay. Hey, there's some sort of noun form of ostracizing. Ostracized. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So then later, after all these penances that he could, hardship that Geshe Milarepa went through under the Geshe Marpas, then finally Geshe Marpa accepted. And there, then Geshe Marpa related everything from the day one, the eve of the day, Geshe Mila came to visit meet Geshe Marpa. On the eve, that night, Geshe Marpa had a dream. Look, Geshe Marpa had a dream of his own teacher, Geshe Naropa, giving him a statue, stupa, old dusty stupa. Geshe Naropa, Geshe Marpa's teacher, giving him the stupa and instructing Geshe Marpa, clean the stupa and put it on the mountain and it will shine. And Geshe Marpa cleaned it and put it on the mountain, actually it shine. Okay, so who's that stupa? Geshe Milarepa, who was coming. So Geshe Marpa deliberately, he never worked in the field. He has all the students, people working for him. But deliberately he came to receive him, pretending that he's the farmer. You getting it? So he already knew that Geshe Milarepa was coming. And Geshe Milarepa, the first time just hearing Geshe Marpa's name, he was choking, crying, moves muscle of the body. So these are the indications that he is a student of Geshe Marpa from many lifetimes ago. It's not just one life. He started as a black magician, killed many people, and then practiced and become enlightened. No, it's not like that. Many lifetimes of stories are there. So we should be very realistic. We don't think that we should be just Milarepa. You getting it? Oh, this study is very complicated. So many years to study. No, we have to take the safe path. Otherwise, what will happen? Otherwise, what will happen? Otherwise, what happens? I'll tell you. Once there was a businessman. the businessman, he happened to get hold of Geshe-la's biography, the book. He read it. He was a very successful businessman. He read it and he was so inspired. Such a sinful person becoming enlightened within a single lifetime. I'm not sinful. I can become enlightened faster than him. So what he did was that, okay, I'm going to become the second Geshe-la. So then he started to distribute his properties, his belongings, whatever he started to distribute to his family members, friends, neighbors. So generous, just made everything. Geshe-la, he was like a beggar. He did not own anything. So he tried to copy Geshe-la. He just let go of everything that he possessed. And then he went into the mountain. So first day is very exciting, just sitting like this. And second day, then he started feeling hungry, and no food coming. And then in the night he started to feel cold, no cozy blankets. And the third day he became more desperate, nothing to meditate. Then he realized that he's like a rabbit. Rabbit also goes in the mountain. Rabbit also sits like this, close eyes, like this. And who is also sitting like this, posture is a little different. It's like this. What am I doing? I'm like a rabbit. What's the difference between me and a rabbit? If I sing like this, if I become enlightened, if I can become a rabbit, should also become enlightened. So what I'm doing? Then he realized he has no food, he's not getting food, he's hungry, he's getting cold, no blankets, and on top of that, nothing to meditate. He's like a rabbit. So then he started to curse Geshe-la. He said that he's a beggar himself, he made me a second beggar. You can become one like that person. You're getting it? This very, very dangerous. So for the modern people of this era, the safest thing is go to the safe place. Go to the mainstream. Follow mainstream. Follow His Holiness, the Dalai Lama. No danger of falling in the wrong track. You're getting it? This is very safe. Let's not forget it. Okay. Just a little bit of digression. So with this mind, we'll recite the following verses, following passages. Okay. So the first passage I'm going to quickly explain, and the remaining we will read. And when necessary, I will explain. Not today. The first passage I'll explain, and the remaining passages we will do. Maybe perhaps tomorrow, and so forth. Okay. So the first passage is. The benefit of Bodhichitta, the benefit of the wisdom of emptiness. What benefit do we get? Is that Buddha is comparing to two bodhisattvas. Buddha is comparing two bodhisattvas. One bodhisattva who generated the bodhicitta and became bodhisattva for many, many lifetimes, and another bodhisattva who is newly become a bodhisattva. So generally speaking, the one who has been bodhisattva for many lifetimes, that person is more meritorious. But keep in mind that the one who has been bodhisattva for many lifetimes, he still did not have the wisdom of emptiness. That's just a metaphor. Not that all bodhisattvas for many lifetimes they don't have wisdom. This is not a condition. One particular bodhisattva who have been bodhisattva for last many lifetimes, but did not have the wisdom of emptiness. And another bodhisattva who's just freshly become a bodhisattva, but has the wisdom of emptiness. So the Buddha is comparing these two, and the Buddha said that the fresh bodhisattva, although just a beginner, but with the wisdom of emptiness, the merit that he or she accumulates is going to be far, 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 far more than the merits accumulated by the other bodhisattva who, without the wisdom of emptiness, but being a bodhisattva for many lifetimes. So, from there, what makes the difference? Tell me. From this comparison which the Buddha drew, what makes the difference? Whether or not somebody has the wisdom of emptiness. If he has the wisdom of emptiness, it transforms all your virtues as very powerful and as the much, much more in comparison with the virtues accumulated by somebody without the wisdom of emptiness. So this is difference. It is like, for example, say some people, they work so hard. Men work for like 12 hours a day, and some people sit in the office very clean, dress, and then with the, all the facilities coming, and then your job is just put some signatures, and then there's a billions of dollars turnover happening, whereas the other person working so hard, manual work for like 12 hours a day, and you at the end of the day you get only about $100, $200. That's it. Whereas in the other case, just put one signature, two signatures, there's turnover of millions of billions of dollars. Okay, this is different. What makes difference? Education and the position. So therefore, the wisdom of emptiness is the one which makes a whole difference, which multiplies your merits, which makes your marriage so pure, so powerful. Okay, so this is the first verse, first passage we are reading. Let's read this. The gift of, let's read this together. The gift of youth, Ratna Sutra. Manjushri, whoever listens, even with doubt to this teaching on happiness, generates much greater merit than a bodhisattva who, lacking skill in means, practices the six perfections for 100,000 eons. This being so, what need is there to say anything about a person who listens to this teaching without doubt? What need is there to say anything about a person who imparts the scripture in writing, memorizes it, and also teaches it thoroughly and extends it to others? The 25 Sutra. Any person who possesses all these 10 great known virtues enters into the teaching of the selflessness and his faith and conviction that all phenomena are from the beginning pure of true existence, does not go to a bad rebirth. Chapter 17 Devil Sutra. If any bhikshu realizes that all phenomena are absolutely pacified of inherent existence, and the beginning of the defilements is devoid of self-nature, it will remove the guilt of having defilements and make unstable the defilements, thus deeming even the immeasurable negativities dysfunctional, let alone the secondary wrong done associated with ethics and rituals. Deva's wanted verse. Okay, this is very important. This verse is very inspiring for us. The author of this text is Bodhisattva Deva, who is the direct disciple of the Nagarjuna. And Nagarjuna is respected as the second Buddha. Nagarjuna is respected as the second Buddha and his direct disciple, Bodhisattva Deva. So what you hear, what is that? Is that the same, even to meet with the teaching on emptiness, and for you have the sense of, wow, that's amazing, I want to know, learn about it. You become curious, you become interested in this. That is so precious to the extent that he says that anything of such kind happens to you, it shatters your samsara into pieces. Meaning that your miseries, it shatters miseries into pieces. So this is the benefit set. So whereas the people, with less merit, they will not even meet with the teacher on emptiness. This is real. Okay, let's read this. Deva's 400 verses on the middle way. Those with less merit will not even have a doubt in this Dharma of ultimate reality. Should any inquiry ever arise in someone, it will shatter samsara into pieces. Acharya Dharmakirti's commentary on value cognition. One is liberated through the view of emptiness. The rest of the meditations are for the sake of that. Okay, so Acharya Dharmakirti, and yes, if you try to be with this on these studies and practices, then you will come to hear this name, Acharya Dharmakirti, his name very often. So what is that? Is that here that for the liberation from samsara, the wisdom of emptiness is the only liberating path. This only liberating path. Just what we said, that for somebody to follow the path to Nobel Prize in Physics, the only thing that can take you there is the study of physics. You agree? This only thing. You do hundreds and thousands things, but if you don't study physics, no way that you will attain. You will get Nobel. You will become a Nobel laureate in physics. You have to. This only thing. Likewise, to get into samsara, to get into the ignorance. To get into ignorance is only the wisdom. So it says, one is liberated through the view of the emptiness. The rest of the meditations are for the sake of that, which means that that there are so many meditations, so many practices: generosity, ethical discipline, patience, enthusiasm, impermanence. There are so many practices of all these, all other practices. They are like this scaffolding to build the house. So actual building is done by the wisdom of emptiness, to remove the ignorance, and all the other practices required to support this wisdom, to take this wisdom to really be effective. Okay, next. Bodhisattva Shantidevas are guided the Bodhisattva's way of life. All of these branches and practices were taught by the Buddha for the sake of wisdom. Therefore, those who wish to pacify suffering should generate this wisdom. Acharya Chandrakirti said in the middle way, even as an ordinary person, even when hearing about emptiness, if one experiences with an utter joy, again and again, tears flowing from such pure joy, motion in one's eyes and one's hair stands on end, one has received the wisdom of full awakening. Upali Request Sutra. The various delightful flowers blossom, and the sparklings to prim golden apples stand so alluring. So, okay, in your life you must have seen places so beautiful, and the places and the garden so beautiful. How many have seen such things? Raise hands. Okay, remember these things. So these are where your emotions are stirred. Emotions are stirred. So there's some of the emotions you like it. Some of the emotions that are so destructive. Anger, agitation, and some people, when you're with some people, it makes you feel okay. How many of you sometimes when you're with some people, even for 2 minutes, it's so tiring, exhausting. You just feel like, okay, please let me go and breathe, take a fresh breath. Raise hands on me about that. What's on my mind? Just kidding. Okay. So the think of these situations where your emotions, different emotions, like attachment, or like the feeling of excitement, or feeling of the similar. So when these emotions, when situations arise, when so when situations arise, some are so beautiful to trigger the pleasant feeling. Say cognitive discrimination. We talked about 5 omnipresent mental factors. Seeing things, oh, this is so beautiful, and the discrimination, and the feeling is pleasant feeling. And then the what next? Intention will embrace the situation. I'd like to be here for longer. Some people, they first come to Dharamshala for 2 days and they get stuck whole 1 year. You getting it, Scott? Okay. So this is because I'm in Tushita. I signed for Tushita for. I want to go to Tushita for 1 day, and then you see a program there, and the program finished, and still you get stuck there, right? Okay, because pleasant feeling is there, and the truth of the pleasant feeling is Tushita Dharamshala, and the Dharamshala, all because we saw this the Dalai Lama, right? All people they're smiling, and you never saw the smile before. And everywhere you see smiling, so you just feel very pleasant feeling, and you don't want to let go of this pleasant feeling. So what triggered? How to sustain this pleasant feeling? By sustaining the trigger of the pleasant feeling. What's the trigger of the pleasant feeling? Dharamshala. So you keep embracing it. Intention. Keep embracing it, not letting go of it, right? And one gentleman is there who is supposed to be around Dharamshala just for like 1 day, 2 days. Then who got stuck as a volunteer. This young man, he came for 2 days. Shubham, he came for 2 days. Now he got stuck as a volunteer whole 1 year, right? Okay. So think of these situations: good situations, bad situations, both, which trigger the opposing emotional states. So in both cases, try to see the reality, and then that your mind will become very stable, right? stable, and getting stuck for 1 year, that's good. That make your mind stable. That make your mind stable because you'll see the reality. Okay, let's read this. Upadi Requested Sutra, page 215. Upadi Requested Sutra. The various delightful flowers blossom, and the sparkling supreme golden apples stand so alluring. For none of these is their creator. They are posited about part of the thought. Thought means part of your mind. It is through conceptualization that the world is imputed. Bhikkhuni Vajira's utterance in the Fundamental Vehicle Sutra. The mind is demonic, which views the true self. You have a wrong view. These compositional aggregates are empty. There is no being in them. Just as one designates a card in dependence upon the collection of parts, so we assert a conventional sentient being in dependence upon aggregates. Venerable Shavara's writings, searching for reality throughout space, one finds not the periphery nor the center. All perception cease completely. Likewise, through the thorough search of mind and phenomena, one finds not even an atom of essence. Since the searching mind is not found, not seeing anything is seeing the reality. Saint Sara's writing. Okay, now this is very important. Say we talk about the two wings of the bird to cross the ocean of samsara. One wing is the wing of Sanju. One wing is wing of compassion, Bodhichitta, compassion, and the other is the wing of wisdom. Okay, the two wings. So the great teacher, the great saint Saraha said that, say if you have the wisdom of emptiness but not compassion, right? Okay, without compassion, if you have the wisdom of emptiness without compassion, you will never attain the Buddhahood, because compassion is ground for you to attain the infinite happiness, Buddhahood. And whereas you have the compassion but not the wisdom, you will not even be liberated from samsara. Samsara is marked by self-grasping ignorance. And for the self-grasping ignorance to be eradicated, we require the wisdom. So without the wisdom, if you have the compassion but no wisdom, you will continue to suffer in samsara. You have the wisdom without compassion, you will not, because compassion is ground to generate bodhicitta, and bodhicitta will make you to attain Buddhahood, full awakening. Your seed of perfection will be awakened fully. So these two both are required. So anybody who has both, these people will have the seed of perfection, hidden treasure, manifest fully. Okay, let's read this together. Saint Saraha's writings. By entering into emptiness, but devoid of compassion, one will not find the supreme path meaning path to Buddhahood. By meditating upon compassion alone, one will not attain liberation, but remain in samsara. The one capable of grasping the unity of the two will not remain in samsara, nor abide in personal nirvana. King of Constitution Sutra, just as in the dream of a young girl, just see that, this is how the emotions are stirred. Emotions, excessive attachment, excessive anger, all these emotions stirred. Exactly what the Buddha is teaching here. We see that this exactly is applicable to us. Just see that. And of course, you see the true application of this when you get a glimpse of emptiness. And the glimpse of emptiness, everyone has the capacity to understand it. But the thing is that we need to have the correct information and complete information and systematic information. For example, there are many centers, they provide very good programs. So, for example, these are the programs Tibet House offers. Okay, this is the one which the Tenzin Salam and the Carlton Shirla and others are doing. This is 5 years course, not a master's course. This is very systematic, but for this, we require people to do this one. This for 1.5 years, or nowadays is 1 year. Not a diploma course, to prepare one for this. But this will give you the complete picture, and this is going to really go into detail. And this is the certificate course, which is for, I think, about like 6 months. So, no, yeah, 6 months. 6 months or what?
22 weeks.
22 weeks. What is that?
6 months.
6 months, okay. So this for 6 months. Okay. So what I'm saying is that this is so important for us. It's not that you have to do from Tibet House, not necessary. But make sure that you get the right program, right, complete, and systematic. Okay. So what the Buddha taught here, just look at the emotional states. We are all stirred by the emotional states. Positive emotional states, negative emotional states. Negative emotional states, they do throw us into depression. And the positive emotional states, they throw us into excitement. And excitement, when not fulfilled, will instantly go into depression. So these are the problems. So just look at this. Just as in the dream of a young girl, okay, let's read this together. King of Concentration Sutra, an excerpt. Just as in the dream of a young girl, she met with a boy and saw his death. Joyous was she at the meeting, and in anguish at his death. View all phenomena thus is very, very, very painful, and these are just the opposite, the opposite emotional states. When you meet, there's so much excitement. When you see the loss, the death, it just shatters your whole being. This is extremely painful, and yet we all have to go through these. Okay, so this, whereas if you don't want to go through pain, then what you do? The example metaphor given is in the dream. What should you do? Wake up. Wake up. How to wake up, Sharon? Through wisdom. Yes. Okay, good. Next, Are Nagarjuna's fundamental. Okay, you are familiar with this line. Are Nagarjuna's fundamental wisdom of the middle way. Together. Ceasing of karmas and afflictions is nirvana. Karmas and afflictions arise from conceptual thought. These arise from mental elaborations of grasping to existence. Elaboration ceases or by into emptiness. Neither the aggregates, no different from the aggregates. The aggregates don't depend on him, nor is he dependent on them. That the Tathagata does not possess the aggregates. What is it, the Tathagata? Next, that which is dependent to originate is posited to be empty of independent existence. That being dependently designated, this is the middle way. Since there is no phenomenon that is not dependent originated, therefore there is no phenomenon that is not empty. Are Nagarjuna's precious garland. If the person is not earth, not water, not fire, not air, not space, not also consciousness, not all of them, where is the person out of those? Just as a person is not truly existent, because of being an aggregation of the six elements, each element also is not truly existent as the aggregations of their own constituents. Dharma Samgiti Sutra. So where we have to see everything like illusion. Okay, together. Forms appear as a mass of form. Feelings resemble bubbles in water, and discrimination is like a mirage. Mental formations are like plaintive trays. Consciousness is like a magical illusion. So to Suramitra. Suramitra meaning the Buddha. Nagarjuna's comment on the awakened mind. Okay, so this is a very important point. So where we talked about what's the measure of having understood emptiness? What's the measure of having understood emptiness? So this is the verse. This verse, which is very powerfully given by Nagarjuna, saying that if you think that you understand emptiness, and then on the other hand, the one is emptiness, and the other one, what are the two truths? Emptiness and the ultimate truth and conventional truth. So while you understand emptiness, which is ultimate truth, if you disregard the conventional truth, which means that by thinking that you understand emptiness or ultimate truth, and then you respect for the conventional truth, everything exists. What's conventional truth? Conventional, everything exists. If your respect for that declines, you understand emptiness, not emptiness. It is nihilism. You're getting it? So what is the mark of having understood emptiness properly? Is that you understand emptiness, at the same time, your respect for the law of cause and effect increases. That is the measure of having understood emptiness. So it says here, we'll read this together. Arya Nagarjuna's commentary on the awakening mind. By the way, the text commentary on awakening mind, it is here in this book. So this book is a combination of many, many important sutras and treatises by the Indian masters such as Arya Nagarjuna. Okay, let's use it together. Those who understand this emptiness of phenomena, You're also conformed to law of karma and its results. That is more amazing and amazing. That is more wondrous than wondrous. Adideva's found reverse on the middle way. When dependent arising is seen, ignorance does not occur. Thus, through all efforts, strive to find this subject. His Holiness the Seventh Dalai Lama's child feeds a song of the four mindfulnesses out of the way of the middle way. Okay, this is His Holiness the Seventh Dalai Lama is considered to be an incredibly great yogi. So just, although he was the king of Tibet, but he was more into his Dharma practice, not really interested so much in the state affairs, although he was the king of Tibet, but it's more into, because he did not become the king like this. You know, he was selected, he was identified as the reincarnation of sixth Dalai Lama, and ultimately he became the king of Tibet as well as the spiritual head of Tibet, both temporal and spiritual. So his compositions, they're very, very powerful. From there you can see that he's highly realized. So what is said here is that, okay, saying that let's say that we go to the crossroad of, the what do you call that? Crossroad, many roads meet. 6 roads meet, sometimes 8 roads meet, sometimes 4 roads meet, sometimes 3 roads meet. So if you sit there, what will you find? You'll find so different kinds of people you'll see. You agree? And different cars, different people, so many things you will see. And in fact, each one of us, we are at the crossroad. Each one of us, we are at the crossroad. One is the road of eyes. One is the road of the ears. Right? Ears are not you. Eyes are not you. But these are the roads through which you see many people, many things. Ears, you will hear so many things, undesirable things, good things, bad things, everything you can hear. And then the nose smells, tongue, the taste, the body, the tactility, and the mind. You can think of the past, you can think of the future. You can just keep being superstitious. All these things are happening on the door through the road of the mental consciousness. So we are at the crossroad of these six roads, crossing, intersection of the 6 roads, and you're bound to see so many different people, different places, dirty, clean, nice, not nice, and they hear chaos in the town, the cars honking, right? And the people saying nasty things, some people saying good things. So like this, we are at the crossroad of these. And then through these doors, you will see many things. 16 kinds of things. So there, the 7th Dalai Lama warned us that just don't be pulled by these. Don't be pulled by these perceptions. Be mindful. Each one of them, for example, oh, this is a beautiful thing, this is not a beautiful thing. These are just atoms. On the atomic level, beauty, not beauty, young, old, and gender, all these dissolve. These are just illusion. Illusion come to us through our mental propensities. Self-grasping ignorance. Illusions created. Likewise, ears. You can hear, good things, bad things, and so forth. These are all just like echoes. They don't have any essence. Again, they are like illusions. Likewise, smell, taste, touch. What do you think? They're all just illusions your mind is creating, and you are trapped by your own dream. You're trapped by your own dream. Okay, look, this is very powerful verse. Let's read this together. At the crossroads of the 6 collections of consciousness, they that have diverse perceptions are seen the hazy, dualistic phenomena which are baseless. There's a magical show. There's like a magical show, illusion, magical show that is by nature deceptive. Don't believe them to be true, but view them as having the nature of emptiness. Don't let your mind go astray, but place it within the nature of appearance and emptiness. Through not losing mindfulness, hold it within the nature of appearance and emptiness. The sphere of appearing and existing phenomena is pervaded by the space of the ultimate clear light of suchness. There's an ineffable ultimate reality view this nature of emptiness through abandoning mental contrivances. Don't let your mind go astray, but place it within the ambience of reality through not losing mindfulness. Hold it within the ambience of reality. Okay. The next is His Holiness the 14th Dalai, present Dalai Lama's prayer for proliferating the Dhamma snows. Let me quickly just explain what this is all about. The first one is invoking the blessings of Jizim Marpa, Jizim Milarepa, and all the lineage masters of the Kagyu tradition. And then in the next verse is His Holiness explaining the Mahamudra. So saying that first, how many agree with me that you fall asleep, you start with a dream, and all the contents of dream, they're nothing but the play of your own dreaming mind. Your dreaming mind manifests in the form of different things in the dream. How many agree with me? Raise hands. Okay. So from there, if you know this is all coming from a mind, this will all be, you see that this is a play, the radiance of one's own mind. Number one. So all the things dissolve. Then this mind is left. Then His Holiness says, if this mind is also like illusion, this mind exists with temporal paths. You getting it? Temporal paths meaning? Paths in time. Say the mind, okay, today I'm very happy. Or today I'm a little low. When I say today I'm very happy, what is this happiness? This is a mind, the happiness of the 24 hours. Today it's just made of 24 hours. And then first hour mind, second hour mind, third hour mind. These are the seconds, these are the paths. These are the paths in time. So this, if you break like this, then we see that even this mind is also like illusion. Okay, let's work it like this. Okay, let's work it like this. I am very Shilat happy. What's your name? Neha. I am very Hey, Shilat happy. Okay, shall you become P? I am very Neha. Happy. Okay. Okay, so let's see how to see the emptiness of the mind. Right? Emptiness of the mind. So let's say that today, okay, Banu Kumpela, okay, she's listening to us. Banu Kumpela makes us work so hard. You getting it? 3 hours hard work and no juice, no cheesecake, no chai, nothing. And we feel so desperate. No break also, no water, no tea, no juice, no chai. And then, but from the door, you could hear something like this. What do you infer? Somebody must be there also. You're getting it? Not only us, there's somebody inside this also. And then you feel, instantly your, say, the frustration subsides. Well, it's not only us, there's also somebody there, right? And then you knock at the door. How are you? Hey. Not B, P. Okay, louder. Others cannot hear you. Okay, so you knock at the door. What do you say? No. Hey, others. What do you say? How are you? How are you?
I am happy.
Okay, what did you hear? Or somebody from that room inside said, I'm very unhappy. You feel so sorry. Then your frustration subsides. You open the door and you ask, hey, Shelby, you must be the one who's very unhappy. He said, no, I'm very happy. Who told you I'm unhappy? I just said I. Itai? Talia. Talia, you must be the one. You must be unhappy. No, I'm very happy. I just had am, right? Who said I'm unhappy? I just said am. Your name? Ofri. Ofri. Ofri, you must be the one who's unhappy. No. I'm very happy. I just said where. Right? Who said I'm unhappy? I'm very happy. I said where? Not Re. Your name? Your name? Salil. You must be unhappy. No, I'm very happy. Who said I'm unhappy? I just said Re.
I'm very happy. I just said An.
An. An Sansuki. An.
I'm very happy. I said happy.
No. I just said hair, right? When you are very happy, you say hair, right? Hair. Or maybe you are the one. I'm very sorry. You are the one. You must be very unhappy. So this girl said, "Oh no. Who said I'm very happy?" I said, "P." You know, this girl said, "Say it again." P, right? Okay. Nobody said it. Then you start to doubt. Okay, am I hallucinating? I heard something like this. Am I hallucinating? Then what you do is from here we see that Carl is more stable. Carl is more stable, right? Then you go to Carl. Carl, please help me. What happened? So I heard something. I thought that I may be hallucinating, right? And please come to see if I'm hallucinating or I heard it properly. Then again, you and Carl together knock at the door. How are you? You say, okay, rest of you say.
I am happy.
Okay, Carl, did you hear somebody said I'm very unhappy? Yes. Am I hallucinating? No. Okay, good. I'm glad I'm not hallucinating. So, and then two of us again get into and ask, you are unhappy? Red.
No, I'm not happy. I just say am.
And where, ring, on, hair. Oh, funny, this girl. Carl said, maybe this girl. I'm very happy. I just said. She just happy, right? So look, Carl, you said that I'm not hallucinating. You're not hallucinating. But nobody said it. Did you hear? What did you hear? The rest of you, what did you hear? I am very unhappy. You getting it? Undeniably, you heard it. Nobody can deny this reality. But when you go towards the object, objectively, nobody said it. Nobody said it. But you heard it. Subjectively, you heard it. Subjectively, what did you hear? Somebody said, I am very unhappy. If you don't understand it yet, listen well.
I am happy.
Did you hear? Carl, what did you hear? Okay, the girl behind Carl, what did you hear? You heard it? I'm not hallucinating? Oh, I'm not hallucinating. But nobody said it. Nobody said it. But you heard it. How come that you heard something which nobody said it? You're getting it? Subjectively you heard it. Objectively nobody said it. Nobody. This I am very unhappy did not exist on the objective level. On the objective with these certain people. But subjectively your mind heard it. So this I am very unhappy exists only in your mind. Subjective. It's not objective. It's empty of objective. Subjectively it exists. You're getting it? It's not a hallucination. Okay. Now, how many in your life once in a while you said that this person is very complicated. I'm tired. Presents. This person is very complicated. I'm tired. Okay, the girl behind Carl, what's her name?
I'm Kate.
Kate. Did you feel that way once upon a time? Yeah. Okay. Yes, I'm so tired. Very complicated. I'm very tired, right? So then if you ask me, what about you? Many times, because that's my job in the office, right? And listen to the calls, get the phone calls. Geshe-la, I hope you're doing well. So better to say Geshe-la, I hope you're not doing well. You know, because how the person starts is complete. to make me go down, right? So early morning, just the first office, enter the office, and suddenly, Geshe-la, I hope you're doing well, right? And then the talk starts, complete. Yeah? So better start by saying, Geshe-la, I hope you're not doing well. And then start it, right? So this is my job. So when I say, oh, it's a very complicated person, I'm so tired. So look, this person is very complicated. I am tired of it. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So your mind, there are 10 moments in your mind. They're like the 10 people. Like we said, there are 10 moments in the mind. 10 moments. First mind said this, and then its job is done, left. The remaining moments of the mind are yet to come. And second moment the mind comes, says person, and left, job is done. And third moment comes, said is, left. Next moment mind comes and said very, left. And next moment mind comes and says complicated, and left. Complicated doesn't mean anything. You're getting it? Left. And the next one was I, left. Next one said am, left. Next one said very, left. Next one said tired, left. Nobody, no one moment of the mind felt that I am tired. This person is very complicated. But you felt that what did you feel? I felt that this person is very complicated. I'm tired of it. So what happens is that these 7 moments, your mind put them together and create illusion. You getting it? Objectively, nobody said it, but your mind, subjectively, your mind put them together and create an illusion that somebody said, I am feeling unhappy. Likewise, your moments, there are these different moments of the mind which said, this person is very complicated. I am tired of. They are like 10 moments, and no one single moment said, I'm tired of this person. This person very complicated. No, but your mind, put them together, create an illusion, and then make you feel low. You're getting it? Objectively, there's nothing there. But subjectively, your mind put them together and create an illusion. You're getting it? And if you can really work on this, this is very, very powerful. It's amazing. Yes, over there. Jimmy.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, Jimmy.
To confirm what you're saying that you're breaking things down into individual minds.
Yes. This is known as the breaking down into the temporal parts. Yes. Good. Okay. So now we are reading this. His Holiness's the teaching where first, like all the contents of dream, you see that they all dissolve into the dreaming mind. You see that they're all the play of the dreaming mind. And then the dreaming mind is also like an illusion, because that is made of temporal parts. And you go into temporal parts in what the wholes depends on parts. Dependent origin of the wholes depends on parts. Now this whole as, oh, I am tired of this person. So that whole doesn't make any sense when you go on the atomic, on this objective level. On the objective level, even the mind, as I'm feeling tired of this person, if this mind will disappear. It's just subjectively what came to you, objectively is empty. Okay, let's read this together. His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama's prayer for proliferating the Dhamma land of snows. Venerable Marpa Losao, Shebe Dorji Damdul, Shebe Dorji, and so on, the host of the precious Kagyu, the sources of blessings, the chain of the unexcelled masters of this outstanding tradition. To you all I pray, may the Buddha Dhamma land of snows blaze forevermore. All phenomena encompassing samsara and nirvana are by the radiance of the spontaneous awareness. Awareness meaning your own mind. The awareness itself, devoid of elaborations, is realized in the nature of Dharmakaya. Even this awareness is also devoid of elaboration, meaning is like illusion. So therefore, realize the nature of Dharmakaya. pervading all existences and appearances of samsara and nirvana, is the great Mahamudra. May the Buddha Dhamma of the land of snows blaze forevermore. Nagarjuna's praise of Dhammadhatu, impermanent, suffering, and empty. These three, they purify the mind. The Dhamma that is unsurpassed and pure of the mind is the love of intrinsic nature. Okay, concluding prayer from Lama Tsongkhap's Ocean of Wisdom. Throughout my future lifetimes, may I always be guided by an Manjushri and be able to uphold the Dhamma in general and the teachings on dependent origination in particular, even across my life. Okay, now I'll explain this, the remaining part, and then we'll stop here for the first session. Is Shri Heruka. Shri Heruka is the name of a Buddha. The Buddha Shakyamuni manifests in different forms simultaneously. For example, when Buddha Shakyamuni was giving teaching on Heart Sutra in Vulture's Peak, how many been to Vulture's Peak presents? Vulture's Peak, Rajgir, Vulture's Peak. Okay, those who did not go there, I would highly recommend you to visit it. And the Heart Sutra was set there. And don't think that Vulture's Peak is like a very exotic place. No, it's just a very simple place there. You're getting it? But this is a place where this wisdom was taught. The wisdom of emptiness was taught, and so many teachings were given by the Buddha there. So when the Buddha was giving Heart Sutra teaching in Vulture's Peak, simultaneously, Buddha manifested himself as Shri Kalachakra in Amaravati in South India. Simultaneously. So some people were listening to Buddha's teachings in Rajgir, and some people were in Amaravati, which is listening to teachings from Shri Kalachakra, Buddha in the form of Shri Kalachakra. When you become a Buddha, this is a benefit. You can simultaneously manifest yourself in so many forms. One time, the Buddha's disciple, Mugliana, over there, that painting, that mural, at the end, the Buddha, and on two sides, what do you find? You find two monks. Okay. So one on the right side is Shariputra, and the one on the left side is Mugliana. And last time I did mention this to you, the Shariputra is why he's so special is that he's considered as the one with the greatest of the intelligence amongst the Buddha's disciples. One on the left, Mugliana, why he's important is because he's considered as one with the greatest miracle power amongst the Buddha's teachings. Miracle power. Who can perform miracles. So, Mugliana, one point, when the Buddha was giving teachings, Mugliana, because there's mentioned that the Buddha's teachings, when you become Buddha, your speech has many amazing qualities. One of which is that anybody who is karmically connected with you, they can hear your voice, whatever distance the person is at. You can still hear the voice at the same volume. So Mugliana, he wanted to check that. So while the Buddha was giving teachings, they left the spot. He left the spot through his miracle power. He left the spot, and then still he could hear the Buddha's teachings. He left the spot, he left the planet Earth, and goes beyond solar system, and he still could hear the same teaching of the Buddha at the same volume. Then suddenly he ended up in his miracle power. So how many years it took for the NASA to send the satellite to Mars? Okay, so with the miracle power, it's so fast. Within a short span of time, he ended up in a very strange world systems. I don't know where there is. Is it in the Milky Way galaxy or some other galaxy? We don't know. So he ended up in a very strange world system where there was a Buddha and there were monks. There were other people also there. And the size of these people, in that planet, is the 400 times our size. So Sharon become a very, very cute toy. You're getting it? Oh, so each one of us was like a tiny toy. And there were monks there, like 400 times our size. And Mugliana was like a tiny toy. And these monks, they were so amused by Mugliana, so cute. And they picked up Mugliana, and placed on the hands and started to play with him. And the teacher, the Buddha, Buddha there, he said, hey, the monks, don't play with this guy. This guy is somebody with the incredibly great miracle power. So that Buddha instructed Mugalyana to perform a miracle. So Mugalyana performed this miracle and he manifested himself 400 times the size of these monks. Like a giant, like a mountain. So finally, that Buddha asked him, Mugalyana, now tell me, what can I do for you? And Mugalyana said, I don't want anything from you. I just came from planet Earth. I just came from planet Earth to check if the Buddha's voice has that quality that those who are chemically connected with the Buddha, they can hear the same voice without, no matter what distance you are at, you still hear this. I just came to check it. I ended up in this world. And say if you are in the middle of Manhattan, from there you just keep going out, and do somewhere. Is it easier? Or from somewhere you go back to Manhattan? Which is easier? Going out is easy. You can randomly go. But coming back and reaching the same point, that's very difficult. You have to know the way. You getting it? So likewise, Mugalyana, he went out. This is very easy. But coming back, his miracle power cannot guide him back. It's too far away that his miracle power is less, and this is too much that his miracle power does not have the capacity to bring it back. So he said that, but now I don't know how to go back now. Please take me back. And the Buddha said, I am Buddha Shakyamuni. You're getting it? I am Buddha Shakyamuni. So the Buddha snapped and instantly he came to planet Earth. So this is, when you become a Buddha, this is how you can manifest yourself in trillions and trillions of different forms to benefit the beings. Okay, good. So the Buddha Shakyamuni manifested in different forms. For example, so here the various mandalas there, all these mandalas, they are the mandalas, the dimension of the different Buddhas. But it's not really different Buddhas. The same Buddha manifested in different forms. So one of which is Buddha, the Shri Heruka. Shri Heruka is the name of one of the Buddhas manifested in a different form. So the Buddhas, they choose their names. Just see. How the Buddhas, they choose their name is just for the benefit of the beings. So look at this, Shri Heruka. This is so powerful. And if you know the meaning, and finally read the maximum benefit out of this, you will see that how grateful should we be feeling towards for the Buddha, for him choosing this name, deliberately chose this name, that anybody who utters it, who contemplates on the meaning of the name, their mind will instantly move towards Gate Paragate Parasamade Bodhisattva. So what is the meaning? It has 4 components. Shri, He, Ru, Ka. 4 components of the air. Out of the 4, okay, you will keep the Shri last. He, Ru, Ka, Shri. You getting it? Okay. I think better we stop here. We will do this explanation in the next class. Not happy? Very happy over what? Okay, you stop here. Tage toje shaye riso chon shenge mito dege bojomba serge lumbo tabo jebe ko shaye gyabo gyala chaselo mone mahamona ye Swaha Mone Mone Mahamonaya 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 Swaha